Next up, John Harrington is joining us. He actually discovered the Joomla World Conference while he was at the conference for J-Day Houston. And he's brought out some equipment. I hope you're not going to use that on me. Thank you. But he's here to further inspire us and actually work on how we work together as teams. Very appropriate to some of the community groups that we're involved with. So take it away, John.
Thank you, Duke. Thank you so much for having me. I am so new to the Joomla community. As Duke pointed out, I just happened upon the first Houston Joomla Day, but I'm here to talk about improving teamwork in the Joomla community. And I was inspired by the community, the feel of the community, and one of the things I'd like to talk about is the sweet spot. Rod did a great job of talking about that, at least prepping it. It's a bit like it's open source. He knew what I was going to be talking about. But rather than going into some details about these three things, about passion, need, and ability, or ability and need, I'd like to talk about what a sweet spot is. And it's that place, it's a sports term, that place where you hit the ball on the racket where it'll go further and farther with less effort. And so living in your sweet spot is one of those things that we should try to do. And one of the things we've seen is people seem to be hardwired for success. I want to share with you a technology that we've discovered. It's something that already exists. It's an open framework where people are mobilizers, optimizers, and stabilizers. If you're a mobilizer, you're the folks that love to share an idea to get people involved. You can do all three, but you're the folks that have amazing ideas, and you're vision casters, bottom liners, and you say we can do this. And there are others of us, like me, that love to figure things out. We're optimizers. A problem's not a problem for us. We actually have fun doing things when there are problems. If you want to look for a solution, get one of us. We actually have a lot of joy in this. And the third one in this system that we've seen is a stabilizer. These are people that would love to say to me, John, just give me a list and I'll make sure it happens. These are the people that would actually like folding and stuffing and licking and stamping and those types of things. And it's an operating system that seems to be in all human beings. Now, mobilizers, when it comes to accomplishing a goal, jump over all the problems. They say, hey, let's send a letter. And it's a simple concept for them. Optimizers, on the other hand, work through all the details. It's like going through a maze of problems. And the stabilizers, well, they really need to have a dot-to-dot. They want full instructions. They want a good crayon. They want to know how this thing works. So you all have this human operating system at work inside you. It's a bit like open source, but not. It's an open framework. And how many here really love to share an idea to get other people involved? Okay, we've got about 50%. How many really love figuring things out? How many would really love to say, John, just give me a list and let me make it happen? Not many. So this group would have a real problem with consistent action over time. The coffee cup of the mobilizer is so many ideas, so little time. There's a lot of you out there. The coffee cup that the optimizer has is I have solutions to problems you don't even know you have yet. And the stabilizer is just, please just give me the list. And so working together, we have to value, and this is one of those things that we don't really do well. Why is it working with others can be so difficult sometimes? We're supposed to value and respect and accept folks, and yet when we work as teams, that seems to break down. But when there's a disaster, if a disaster struck today, do you know that there'd be no committee meeting, there'd be no planning session, no Gantt charts? We would start moving into places of effectiveness, and it's along this line of mobilizer, optimizer, and stabilizer. Another place we see this is with projects at work, or if there's a stress that occurs, whether it's a financial stress or a deadline, and personalities start showing up and we start winding up in conflict, or a new idea. Well, here comes another new idea. We don't need another new idea. So the practical applications that I want to share with you is about a snapshot, that there's a way of actually measuring this in people. We already did just a quick snapshot, but there's a graphic where if you understand this, you can assemble your teams much better, and it's all about developing relationships and developing teams, and accepting this fact that their core values, our core values, are very different. So within that thinking, there's a neat resource I want to share with you. It's sweetspotsystems.com. You can get a free snapshot for yourself and your team, even your significant other. And if you have a team, use these codes. So it's It's JWC13 and your team's initials. And you can get a snapshot of what you all look like and start to get a sense if there's dysfunction in your team. So for example, the bug team or the magazine, if you're having trouble getting things done, this is a way of dealing with that. So I just want to thank you for having me. And with that, I'll give it back to Duke.
Thank you, John. Well done. We'll have those codes available through the weekend. The idea of that is as everyone gets a chance to present or submit in there, the people that you work with, the team that you're working with, you all see each other's evaluations so that you can kind of see whether you've got some friction or some off-balance aspects in the team that you're working on.